We are told that to save the planet, we just need to unlock the money. Trillions of dollars in green finance are currently flooding the global market. It sounds like the ultimate win-win scenario. Save the Earth and make a massive profit doing it. But what if this green revolution is actually turning into the biggest debt trap of the 21st century? While the world celebrates climate credit, a sinister truth is emerging. Developing nations might just be trading environmental peril for financial incentive. Are we building a sustainable future, or just a bigger, greener financial bubble that's about to burst? Today, we're diving deep into the hidden costs of saving. Okay, let's strip away the jargon. What exactly is green finance? In simple terms, it's a massive global river of cash earmarked specifically for climate solutions. We're talking about ESG funds, green bonds, and massive loans from international development banks. On the surface, the marketing is incredible. It sells the idea of green gold. The pitch goes like this. Developing countries didn't cause the climate crisis, but they are getting hit the hardest by it. They need energy to grow their economies, and they need infrastructure to survive rising sea levels. But they don't have the cash up front to build massive solar arrays or seawalls. Enter Western financial institutions. They swoop in with billions of dollars in loans labeled green. The allure is powerful. For the lenders, it's great PR and solid returns. For the developing nations, it feels like a lifeline, a way to leapfrog dirty energy and modernize instantly. Everyone seems to win, but here is the uncomfortable reality check that nobody puts in the brochures. Almost all of this money isn't a donation. It's a loan. It is debt. And right now, countries desperate for climate solutions are binge borrowing on an unprecedented scale. They are signing contracts that look sustainable today, but might become suffocating tomorrow. We are seeing the start of a carbon debt cycle, and the foundations are already shaking. So, how does a helping hand turn into a stranglehold? It all comes down to the fine print. Let's talk about the green premium. When a wealthy nation like Germany wants to build a wind farm, they borrow money at a tiny interest rate, maybe 2 or 3%. It's cheap. But when a developing nation in Africa or Southeast Asia wants to build that exact same wind farm, the rules change completely. Lenders view these countries as risky, so they charge a premium. These nations might pay 10, 12, or even 15% interest. Think about it. The project costs the same to build, but the cost to finance it is astronomical. This is the first layer of the trap. But the second layer is even dead currency mismatch. Most of these green loans must be paid back in US dollars or euros. But the electricity generated by that new solar, that's sold to locals in their local currency. Here is the nightmare scenario. You borrow billions in dollars. Suddenly, the global economy shakes, the dollar gets stronger, and your local currency crashes. Overnight, your debt just doubled in real terms. You haven't done anything wrong, but now you owe twice as. We've seen shadows of this in places like Zambia. These countries didn't just wake up one day and decide to be bankrupt. They were encouraged, often by the global community, to invest heavily in infrastructure. When the bills came due, the math didn't add up, and this begs the question, who actually benefits? If you look closely, this system looks suspiciously like a new form of colonialism. Let's call it green colonialism. The lenders, mostly huge Western asset managers and development banks, get guaranteed returns. They get to tell their shareholders, look, we are saving the planet. They get the ESG points. They get the moral high ground. Meanwhile, the developing nation takes 100% of the risk. When the debt gets too high, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, or the lenders come knocking. They say, you need to pay us back. And how does a country generate quick cash to pay back a loan? They cut spending. They cut healthcare. They cut education. They cut food subsidies. It is a tragic irony. To pay for sustainable development projects, countries are often forced to destroy the very social safety nets that sustain. They are forced to extract more raw materials, mining more copper, more lithium, cutting down more forests, just to generate the cash to pay the interest. We are trapping these nations in a cycle where they have to destroy their local environment to pay for the global environment. Visual, a montage of mining operations. Massive excavators digging into the earth, juxtaposed with a shiny corporate sustainability. The power dynamic has shifted. It's no longer about armies occupying land. It's about balance sheets. By holding the debt, foreign entities gain leverage. They get a say in your national policy. They get priority access to your resources. It is economic leverage disguised as environmental salvation. And the scary part? We are just at the beginning of this cycle. As interest rates globally stay high, the pressure cooker is... We are standing on the edge of a precipice. Economists are starting to whisper about a green subprime crisis. Remember 2008? Remember how bad debt hidden inside complex packages nearly destroyed the global economy? Well, we are doing it again. But this time the collateral isn't houses in Florida. It's the stability of entire nations. As global interest rates remain high, the cost of servicing these green debts is becoming impossible. We are looking at a potential domino effect. If a wave of developing nations defaults on their green loans, it won't just hurt them. It will blow a massive hole in the balance sheets of the Western banks that lent the money. It's a boomerang. The financial grenade we threw is coming right back at us. But here is the most tragic part. If these countries go bankrupt, the green projects stop. The solar panels don't get maintained. The seawalls don't get finished. If we let the debt trap snap shut, we lose the fight against climate change. You cannot have a green revolution on a foundation of red ink. So, is it hopeless? Absolutely not. There is a way out, but it requires us to completely rewrite the rules of the game. First, we need to talk about debt for nature swaps. This is a brilliant concept. Imagine a country owes $100 million. Instead of demanding that cash back, the lender says, keep the money, but you must spend it on protecting your rainforests or cleaning your oceans. It turns debt into direct action. It's happened in Belize, it's happened in Ecuador. It works. Second, we need to stop the obsession with loans.